Hey, creative friends. Well, I just wanted to show you a website that I have just stumbled upon. It's called cuttingtemplates.com, and it seems to have free SVG files that you can create for all different types of shapes here. So it looks like a really, really nice website. So 2D shapes, 3D shapes, boxes, even envelopes and other items. So very nice site. So I am going to go to this 3D shapes, to this dodecahedron, and I'm going to see if I can generate the SVG file and then try to laser cut it out of some cardboard just to practice. So it looks like the generator, let's see, my material thickness, I'm going to start there because my cardboard is very thin. It's only about 1 millimeter. Let's see, minimum size, the tabs that connect, and then the radius, the outer radius of the ball. I have a sheet of cardboard that's roughly about 8 by 10 inches. So the outer radius of the ball, obviously I can't have it go more than 8 inches, but I would, well, of course, all 12 pieces would have to fit on my 8 by 10 sheet. So it's actually going to end up being a very, very small ball. But let's see. Let me just kind of guesstimate here. And maybe I will go with these settings. All right. Okay, so I've just messed around with these numbers on this site just a bit. And so I'm going with these current settings, 51 and 5, and just did the get template, and then this is showing the preview. So I'm going to go ahead and download this file now. This is probably going to be file number 5. Yeah, because I've had a couple of different experiments here. So I'm going to go with 5. I'm going to open it just to test it. And I would recommend you try that because if there is any kind of error with the file, it will show the error here. Or at least you know that those numbers don't work. And so here is the one that I'm going to try. So dodecahedron number 5. So I'm not plugged into my laser yet. Let's see, that was a previous design. So I'm going to file to import. I'm not plugged into the laser, but it will let me go in and just check the file. So now I'm going to load number 5. And I'm not sure if this is going to be too big for the working area or not. Actually, that seems to have taken it just fine. Oh, I've got one on top of the other. That's what's happening. So let me move that over and then get rid of this previous one. Well, that's nice. It'll let me select each of them. Tell you what, I'm just going to do that different. I'm going to go back and start a brand new project just so I don't mess anything up. So, okay, so now import dodecahedron number 5. And this should be a good size because it didn't give me any warning that it was bigger than the workspace. So this will be great. There it comes. Okay, excellent. So the design, it gives me a rough estimate here of the size, and I believe my cardboard is going to fit those dimensions. I'll double check that, and then I will hook into the laser. Let's see. I don't, it's seeing all the pieces as cut since they are in purple. So I need to go through all these numbers. We need to, I may just delete them because I don't necessarily want to engrave anything. I just want to cut out the outer shape. But if I leave everything in the correct order, then I will have access to this file with the numbers so that we know what order to attach them. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go in and just delete each of these numbers. Yeah, it looks like it's going to let me pick them individually and delete them, I believe. Actually, maybe not. Let's see. Ooh. Let me undo, Control Z. Okay, I'm going to go to the design. Let's see. Actually, if I move that, so I could move each of these outside shapes around and then come in and just delete all those numbers. Yeah, so I'm going to just mess around with that. Of course, now I've lost my order, but that's okay. It's a puzzle. Again, this is a really cool pattern that you could have engrave the numbers and do the cut. That's really cool. So very cool generator. All right, definitely faster ways to do all this, but I'm just messing around. So I get all my pieces close to each other again. Probably won't have it nearly as efficient as it was, but that's okay. See if we can fit it into our cardboard. If not, I can spread this out. All right, let me get these in place and then go hook into the laser. Okay, so here's some sheets of cardboard that I'm using. It's nice and thin, about 1 millimeter thick, but it's nice and sturdy. It was a box from an IKEA product. And so I'm just going to lay this there. Obviously it won't auto-detect it since it's not a, one of their own materials with a sticker. But both of these pieces should fit in here. And then I will close the lid, and it will take a picture of those pieces, and so that way we know where to line up all of our shapes here. Alright, so let's see. I think I am plugged in. I have the LaserBox software open, and I'm going to go up here to this corner. Actually, I need to be in the working tab to be able to see what the laser sees. So I'll switch that, and then I'm going to kind of force it to update that picture with this drop down box. Let's see if I can click on that. Yeah, and it beeps. It just, normally it does that when I shut the lid, but if I wasn't in working mode, I just come in and do it myself there. Let's see. So definitely I'm going to move around these shapes so that they will fit on the pieces of cardboard. I might be able to get them all on one sheet, but I'm just going to spread them out here. Just to maybe keep it to the center as best as possible. Center of the laser bed. Yeah, I probably could have gotten those on one sheet, but that's okay. Alright, so I think those should be lined up okay. And then again, it's not going to detect it, but I'm going to go with my settings that I have in here already for 2mm cardboard. I know it's not that thick, but that way there shouldn't be any issue at all. And so it is set up for, what is that, 80% at 50% speed. All right, so we're going to send it to the laser. Tells me it's going to take 2 minutes roughly to cut all that, so then I'm going to hit send. Alright, and then this button is blinking, but before I do that I need to hook up my inline fan and open the window. Okay, so the inline fan is now on, and I have it on the highest speed at that level number 6. And again, nothing elaborate here, just cardboard. And I need to get something that's going to be more airtight there. But it's working okay right now. We've already sent it to the laser, so I'm going to hit the big button. Okay, yeah, I like the size of these pieces. Again, that was the radius of 50mm is how it was listed on that initial website. And we'll see if the thickness of 1mm is going to work. That was just an estimate. Looks like I probably could have gone with 2mm maybe, or, well, and then definitely I want to make sure that these are cutting. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm getting a little bit of smoke come up between the pieces, like in the cut line, and so that helps tell me that it is cutting all the way through successfully. It's kind of cool to watch that smoke come up through the pieces. All in all, this fan does a great job of sucking out that smoke. There's zero smoke visible in the room, but I do get a slight odor. I think I could minimize that odor if I get a better window set up, and then I also have a door over here that's not airtight either, so I do have some smell in this room, but it's not too bad. I'm sorry about the glare from my curtains there. Alright, so it tells us over here it's finished. I can click OK. And then I like to try to wait just a few seconds, let all that last lingering smoke clear out, and then we will open the door. Alright, I'm going to see if I can peek at one here without moving it and make sure it did cut through. You know, that has not cut through. So tell you what, I'm going to leave this exactly where it is, and I'm going to come in and mess around with those settings and cut it again. Okay, that initial setting must have been my own cardboard settings, which weren't correct. So now I'm going to go with, I believe this is the setting that came with the software itself, and so this is their 2mm cardboard setting. And you'll notice I think I had done 80 and 50 for the speed. Theirs is set to 90 and 40 for the speed, so I'm going to go with that. We're going to do one more pass then, and that should be sufficient. I should have started with these settings to begin with. Sorry about that, but trial and error for sure. And as long as you don't move anything, it should be close enough for me for just this test. You know, again, ideally you need to make sure it's going to cut the first pass. Let's see. So we'll send this again. it's going to take a little bit longer because we're slowing down the speed, but just a few seconds longer. Okay, yeah, that's gonna work perfect. I saw that piece move a little bit already, so it's gonna cut through sufficiently. And if you can tell, it looks like it's exactly on top of where it was already cutting. So that's perfect. So just don't move anything, and then you can run it a second time if needed. And if that's the case, don't try to line it up in here. You'll notice the camera and my second pass. Yeah, don't try to move that either. Just leave everything exactly like it is if you have to run that second pass. Yeah, and it looks like those lines are right on, and hopefully all those pieces are going to cut out. So. Yeah, that one is definitely cut. Alright, it's got about 20 seconds left. Okay, so unless you just really love doing intense puzzles, don't do like I did. You know, I had moved all my pieces around and then cut them, and I didn't do the engraving of the numbers. And so I had all these pieces, and I thought I had it all together, but then I got out to the edges, and then you just have to be real careful. Like if it matches right here, you also have to make sure that it matches here. And so you have to be able to go all the way around this dodecahedron thinking like that, which is very difficult. So I went back and printed the SVG, and I think it printed slightly smaller, which worked out perfect because then I could cut out these pieces. I still have 3 left here to try to match up to the correct piece. And then the way it works is you match number to number. So like if this is number 12, then you have to match it to the other side. That's also a 12, which is going to be down here somewhere. So a few more pieces, and then I'm going to just glue it together with just some basic glue, probably some Dollar Tree super glue maybe, whatever I've got, and then I will show you the final product. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, this was difficult to put together, but this is probably not the best glue. I've ended up getting my hands all stuck together and stuck to the cardboard, but I love it. And of course I picked the hardest shape probably, but definitely check out that website, cuttingtemplates.com. And yeah, and so again, by having a 12-sided shape, I just love these shapes because you could put, you know, like the monthly calendar on each side, or I don't know, maybe roll it to see what restaurant you're gonna go to. I know we always fuss about that. What other ideas? Maybe put some pictures on every side. But anyway, just I just love that. That was a lot of fun. So thanks for watching.